While I like to talk about Sonic Adventure 2 on this channel, I do kind of neglect the fact that Sonic does have a lot of other decent games. While he's pretty hit and miss for the most part, depending on what decade we're talking, at the end of the day, Sonic Adventure 2 isn't his only good game. This video, though, will honor that, because today we will be doing my top 5 favorite Sonic games. As for rules regarding this list, there's not really any. As long as it belongs to the Sonic series in any capacity, it's fair game. If I wanted to put Shadow 05 on here, I very well could. With that in mind though, let us begin this list. Shadow Generations is a very good game in my eyes, and worthy of taking 5th place overall. This was a game, along with obviously the remastered Sonic Generations, that I bought completely on impulse. I wasn't sure if I wanted the game yet, because it was a remaster with another game, which I assumed would be a smaller game, because it'd be like, a little side dish to the new Sonic Generations. No, they're actually about 50-50 in terms of content, which is a super cool addition for a remaster, and justified the $55 I spent on it. Along with Sonic Generations, it's one of the most consistently sound Sonic games there is. There's hardly any weak spots in this game overall, and when there are, it's pretty mild as far as critiques go. The game is visually stunning, a lot of fun to play through. It's true that the replayability could have been integrated a little bit better, but the story is also a lot of fun, and it's great to have additional closure on Gerald and Maria. In essence, this was a fantastic game, and while Frontiers gave Sonic another breath of life back in 2022, Shadow Generations of 2024 kept that momentum going and accelerated it further. This is the game I point to when I say this is what makes me excited about the future of Sonic. A game that's just so well constructed and thought out like Shadow Generations. It's only 5th, yes, but there's no shame in being 5th on this list, because there's just so many Sonic games out there. So even if it is 5th and I find there to be 4 games that I do prefer a little more, no shame being here. For 4th place, I have to give it to Sonic Unleashed. Now, I made a video about a week ago where I said that more or less Sonic Unleashed was really strong, the day stages were basically nearly flawless, and the night stages were, albeit still good, but flawed. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, because when you put the totality of both of them together, it makes for a very fun entry overall. Sonic is arguably at his best during the day, and I don't mean at his best in the context of the game, that much is obvious. I mean this is some of the best Sonic gameplay we've seen. While it's true I do really like adventure gameplay, specifically a certain game that this entire channel is based around, you have to admit that Boost Formula lover or not, this is Boost Formula done right, and I mean that in the most grandiose way possible. Sonic Unleashed is just a phenomenal title overall, and while it was bashed to death when it launched, seriously, that just hurts to watch. I'm so glad people have come around on this title, because it's really good, and it deserves all the credit it gets now. It's a bit of a shame it missed out on top 3, but the top 3 titles here are extremely hard to beat. In my opinion, at least. Oh boy. For our bronze medal, it has to be Sonic Generations. Now, some of you may notice that this is the Xbox 360 version and not the remastered version. I can't record the remastered version, so we're stuck with this. Hope that's okay. Anyway, what I really like about Generations, compared to other Sonic games, is that its 100% completion journey is actually a lot of fun. Probably one of the best in the entire series. Anytime I want to do a new playthrough of Generations, just finishing it is not enough. I want to see it through to the very end. I've done that twice, maybe 3 times now. It's a whole lot of fun. The gameplay here is really strong, and even though I'm not much of a classic Sonic fan, as in the old games, yeah, I'm one of those people, I have to say that classic Sonic has done a lot of justice here. Does he control perfectly? No, he's a little heavy to control, but it kind of makes sense given his design. Yeah, I just body shamed classic Sonic, what are you gonna do? Of course, modern Sonic reigns as the superior version. I think a lot of people would agree with that, and most of his stages are done excellently well. There's only one stage that comes to mind, that of course being Planet Wisp, that's the outlier, but still. An excellent assortment of stages for the most part. It's crazy to me that the duality of both generation games keep falling under that hardly doing anything wrong umbrella. They hit every note so consistently well, and let's be honest, Generations gameplay, even modern Sonic, it's not quite as exhilarating as something like Unleashed, for example, but it's still so good. Sonic Generations is what's best described as the definitive modern Sonic experience, I would say. And that's just because it offers so much of what makes Sonic good in the first place. High speed? Absolutely. Challenges that help deepen gameplay a little bit? Also nice. Boss fights that for the most part are pretty solid? Yeah, absolutely. Minimal flaws, a ton of fun. What else could you ask for in a Sonic game? This is a fantastic game, and this definitely deserves the bronze medal. Probably the most controversial pick on this list, but let me tell you something. I absolutely fell in love with Sonic Frontiers from the moment I played it on Christmas Day of 2022 all the way to now in 2025. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it embraces the speed and freedom that Sonic's known for. Maybe it's the fact that there is actually some momentum to screw around with. Let's just be honest, the Spin Dash was the perfect addition for this game. It's broken and it's beautiful and it makes everything 10 times more fun. I don't know what it is, but I enjoyed the ever-living shit out of this game. The boss fights were incredible. The story wasn't too bad. Obviously, some people say that Ian Flynn's writing feels a little forced, and you know what, at times it does, but I'm really glad he took over, because let's be honest, would you rather Ian Flynn or Pontac and Graf? Yeah, exactly. Take your wins, people. Take your wins. And guess what? Sonic Frontiers is one of those big wins you must take. I know for some people the novelty of Frontiers is worn off because a lot of people say this is the definitive 7 out of 10 Sonic experience. I disagree. Like, yes, I get it. It's broken. It's not the most polished game in the world. Actually, it's quite glitchy considering. But you know what? I've had loads of fun into this game. I haven't sunk an amazing amount of hours, maybe 100 into this, but I've 100%ed it. Okay, I loved it from start to finish for the most part. It had its issues here and there, but dude, it's just fun. I don't know what there is to say about it. I love breaking cyberspace with the Spin Dash. I mean, cyberspace became infinitely better with the Spin Dash. Even if it wasn't designed with it in mind, breaking that shit in half never gets old. I've actually found quite a preference for cyberspace because when it comes to breaking the map with the Spin Dash, I find that cyberspace rewards you more. I'm not entirely against the idea that there might be a little bit of bias involved comparing this to Forces, aka the game that came before it, because the biggest issue with Forces is owning it. That is the biggest mistake Forces has ever had. The fact that I own it and I can play it whenever I want. Except I never wanted. But this is a love letter for Frontiers, not a hate letter for Forces. Maybe I'll make that another video at some point. I don't know. But the point is here, I am totally recognizant of the faults of Frontiers, and if you can't even put it in your top 5, I can understand that. Just understand that I alternatively worship the ground that this game walks on, so that's all I have to say for Frontiers. Wow, Sonic Adventure 2, who would have guessed? Real talk though, I absolutely love this game. Even more so than Frontiers, despite the praise that I gave that game, I just like Sonic Adventure 2 more. I wouldn't like to think that I'm necessarily nostalgia blind because I actively love playing Sonic Adventure 2. It's not just looking back at it with a fondness, it's integrating that fondness into my young adult life. Like, even beyond just making content, I come back to this game to either give it a replay, maybe play a couple casual runs on Sonic stages. For whatever arbitrary reason, I'm always coming back in my spare time. I think the magic of Adventure 2 is there's a little something for everyone. Now, a lot of people might make the argument that the mech stages hold the game back, or treasure hunting, or both mech and treasure hunting hold the game back. Obviously, running is the best gameplay style. No debate there. But I think that the treasure hunting stages and the mech stage are kind of underrated. They're good in their own ways, right? Mech stages, you cause all this destruction, you watch your points go up and up. They're very satisfying to A-rank, probably the most out of any type of mission in this game. And treasure hunting stages, while there's always a debate whether Adventure 1 did it better or worse, where I'm kind of in the, I don't care, I'm having fun either way department, I like the addition of them. I just have to say, I don't find a big flaw in either of the three gameplay styles because they all fit really nicely. Maybe you could argue a little bit more refinement, but conceptually, all three are sound. I know some will probably be kind of pissed off at the fact that Adventure 1 is nowhere near on this list. To put it into actual perspective, I'd probably rank that around 7th or 8th overall. Colors would probably be the honorable mention had I included one. But either way, there's not really much more to say. Obviously, my videos speak for themselves. I'm an Adventure 2 fanboy. I'm very proud of being an Adventure 2 fanboy. People can say it's overrated all they like. Personally, like I said, I'm not nostalgia blinded. I play this game day in, day out, and I love every moment of it. With that in mind, though, I want you guys to share your opinions in the comments. This is one of those things that are a little bit more controversial, and there's so many combinations of lists that can be out there that I'm very much interested to see what you guys think. With that in mind, though, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care for now. I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.